Hello, I'm Greg Sicard, Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Best Home Furnishings. COVID-19 has affected everybody in many different ways. Last spring, retailers had to close their doors. Manufacturing had to cease operations. Nobody knew what was going to happen or when that was going to change. In May, things started to open back up. Retail stores were allowed to start opening up, which caused orders to start coming in and manufacturers could start producing furniture again. But nobody knew what to expect and what we were going to see from that. Well, needless to say, it exceeded everybody's expectations. Retailers were having record days, record weekends, record weeks and months, which in turn resulted in orders for manufacturers who were having records as well and building bigger and bigger backlogs as they went along. So while this is great for the furniture industry, it also comes with many challenges. And the biggest challenge was coming from the supply chain. Our suppliers were having problems getting the raw materials they needed to produce enough supplies for the manufacturers. And that came from, like I said, getting raw materials, but also the workforce. You know, with the government stimulus checks and government funded unemployment, workers didn't have an incentive to come back. A lot of them stayed home, so they didn't have as many people to produce as much product. So in turn, that turned around and caused those materials to go up in cost. And all of this started about 10 months ago when we started seeing a lot of the price increases. And they started out slowly at first. We started seeing a little bit of increases. And it wasn't anything that was major. And our lead times at that time were about 8 to 12 weeks. So when we did have an increase last fall, we were able to put it on orders received as a certain date going forward. And all of that, all this while, we were hoping that this was all going to be short-lived, that these increases were going to be over a short period of time and they would start to come down. Well, coming into the first of the year, we were proved totally wrong on that. The materials since the first of the year have gone up drastically and continued to go up without any end in sight. And, we've had a couple price increases over that time, but it was always on orders received. So on top of the materials going up, we've also had our, import containers going up. So we had import increases as well as the containers. Containers going from below $5,000 a container to upwards of $15,000 to $20,000 a container today. And also the lead times on those products have been pushed out as well. So there's been a lot of issues with not only the materials, but with our shipping, especially on things coming from overseas. So all of that related to increases in materials of approximately 30%. So that's a big number. And that has caused us to have another price increase. But this increase is going to go into effect on Monday, July 19th, and we will be re-acknowledging orders. So basically, it's going to go on orders moving forward from July 19th, as well as all orders we have in-house. So we will re-acknowledge all of those over the week of July 16th. And this is something we didn't take lightly. It's nothing that we wanted to do, but materials have gone up so quickly, and with our lead times now being out into middle of January, we just could not continue to have the major increases we had in materials and not be able to get any increases out there before then. It's something we looked at, and one of the things that we do as a company is we don't just do an overall increase or a surcharge. Surcharges are something that can be very confusing because you have a price and you have to add a percentage on. So we wanted to do just a straight up price increase. But you'll also notice that it's not a flat percentage across the board. We do it by individual categories because some products have more foam, some products have more steel in them, some products have more import parts in them. So we looked at every one of those individually and raised prices as we needed to according to that. The price increases are never fun. They're not easy for us to do. They're not easy for you guys to do, but it's something that we felt we had to do at this time, how quickly all the materials have gone up. So I want to thank you for your understanding. Hopefully that we will see things level back out and see things turn around to where we'll be able to bring those prices back down. I don't know if that'll be the near future or when that'll be, but we're hoping that'll happen. And again, thanks for your understanding, and we'll see you soon.